How you guys all doing? My name is KG Prestige. Welcome everyone back yet again for another week of you guys guessed it, the PokéPod World Podcast, where me and my pals are going to gather around to go and talk about things that have gone within the past week. As you guys already know, there's just a couple of things that we're going to be discussing. The recent episode of the Pocket Monsters series. I don't know if we'll talk about the Game Awards, but if you guys want us to talk a little bit about it, to those who haven't seen it, you've blessed yourselves by not wasting 3 hours by that show, I'm just saying. And just other things in between. But man, what a journey there has been this last week anyway. So, I'm going to go and hop into the chat really quick alongside my buddy. And then we will begin momentarily. So I hope you guys will sit back, relax, and then we'll work from there. Alrighty, there we go. I think it should be good. How you doing, guys? You hear me well?
1 HP.
1 HP.
1 HP.
Wrong. So that's actually for tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow, but.
Also because a woman on American Idol oversung the shit out of an Elton John song, Border Song, freaking singing like an octave and a half higher than it's supposed to be. Oversing the shit out of
a copy lawsuit waiting to happen.
No, it's not, because it's officially licensed. But the problem is just that you have to remember. Okay, it's a gospel song. Elton and Bernie wrote it in 1970 for the Elton John album. Freaking Aretha Franklin covers it in 1971, and then this woman comes out and fucking oversins the shit out of the song, and I don't like that.
Sounds great. I'm just kidding. But man, that's unfortunate though.
Ooh, come on, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't have anything to say in regards to that.
Well, imagine the guy that oversang Rocket Man during, I think it was American Idol, like 5 years ago or something like that.
Oh, that would have just sucked.
It was stupid shit. Stupid garbage.
Damn.
Like, why does people do this shit?
For the
Remember
mirror.
the heater.
Alright, hold on. Let me just make sure everything's loading properly. It looks to be all good, so I'm happy with that. Alright, let me just make sure everything's good right now. Alright, seemingly everybody hears you guys loud and clear. Let's go and introduce everybody one by one. As you guys already could tell from the very beginning, we had our pal TSS right here. How you doing, buddy?
Not looking forward to the snow, but you know, it's
alright, there was
cold next week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the storm is coming.
I mean, there was flurries today, so
I didn't even notice it. It was just cold. And that was it. There was like no sprinkles of anything. But tomorrow the effect is really gonna show, and oh boy, it's gonna be a wild one though. Let's hope it's not as bad as people are predicting it'd be. That's for sure. And then of course we got our other pal here, none other than Mr. Richie. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you're looking at the 1 HP ambassador.
Yeah, how'd that come along?
Well, I still won the battle at the battle tree, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, hey, we just love when we go on the Pokemon, the Pokemon US official thing, and then we see the Guzma versus Lana thing, and you hear the first thing you hear is fucking Batman. Beautiful, gorgeous.
The Guzma.
Pretty much, yeah. And then some random song that I don't know. I don't know. He just randomly ran up his fingers up a scale or whatever the fuck it is. Beautiful. Music to compute by, said no one ever. Yep.
Or in this case, just put out of place music with something random on screen. That's Pokemon dub in a nutshell.
Yep.
Like they could literally. I'm not even joking. I feel like whenever I watch the dub, it's like this. It's like if there's a sad scene going on, there's like it starts off sad, but then it gets like happy, if you know what I mean. Like the music starts to be more uplifting. I'm like, bitch, the fucking Linton just died.
The whole scene is supposed to be down, and it's like, oh, you're writing the scene. It's like, oh, I'm composing the music to the scene. Well, you ain't doing a good fucking job. You have no idea what the fucking emotions are captured.
Damn.
Unfortunately not. See, I can at least respect the previous dub composer.
Well, here's to be fair. Okay, I gotta be fair. Okay, Hayashi, the new guy, the one that does PM 2019 and has done My Hero. I can tell that he composes the BGM to the scene.
I know, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, because you could tell when there's like breaks in it, like you hear like an uptick or like a fade out. That's great, and that's how you do it. That's how you fucking do it.
It's incredible too, because like I never expected that I needed something like that in my life, man. It's so good. Like the way he captures the scene with his songs are some of the best, man. I really hope one day we get an album release of his music.
We have a better chance of getting that than fucking Black and White Percent Moon CDs.
You know, the only reason why I say that is because if you've noticed, a lot of the tracks in the anime are mainly anime exclusive tracks, not necessarily Pokemon theme related. So it gives it a little bit more of a leeway into actually being released because it's not tied to just the Pokemon games. It's its own separate thing. Well, some tracks he has done remixes for, like the Pokemon main theme, but I mean, like there are other tracks.
Well, and the other way is we're gonna get to it later. But the way that he composes the track for that specific scene, it's beautiful.
Which scene in particular are you referring to, by the way?
At the end.
At the end of this week's episode.
Yes, you hear that there's two stings, like there's two different themes that he does, and then you'll see that he starts up one and it fades out, and he starts the next one and it gracefully comes in. That's beautiful.
I wonder if that's how they're going to be implementing a lot of the tracks that have already released now that we've heard so far and actually merge them in other ways. Like, is he gonna continue to come around and be like, okay, I'm gonna fuse these two tracks together and make it one big track and have that play out during the scene? Like, I'm curious if that's what he intends to do for the series.
I think maybe he's gonna do like, you're gonna make a full orchestration, like a full length version of just the individual track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would make sense, because the way that the way that Miyazaki did it was he wrote the tracks first and then they edited it in.
Yeah.
But now that we've moved into for the fact of we're now live composing scene by scene.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
And yeah,
That's
like
really gorgeous.
Every week, there's always been a good episode that I've really admired. Episode 1 had to have been the Pichu scene when he was looking behind the moon and everything. That emotional track, so beautiful. I love it. Episode 2, dude, that Lugia Ride song that played when they were on top of Lugia as they were passing through the ocean.
I'll be right back, guys.
That song is absolutely phenomenal. Episode 3... I actually don't recall which track. Maybe Team Rockets, I would say, was probably my favorite there. I love the jazz remix that they decided to go this time around for Team Rocket. I think it paid off. Episode 4 has to be the song that they used for Mr. Mime when he was miming. That song, and also you talking about how the songs were created specifically for the scene. That is another good example, because like when he put the invisible cup down, and then, like, the music stopped for a moment so that you can hear Go's whoosh animation play when he's trying to grab the invisible cup. Yeah. And then at the end, it goes, dun, like, at the end of the track. Like, that was timed so beautifully. And it really does, help in your debate regarding how these tracks were created specifically for certain scenes. It paid off there tremendously. And then, of course, episode 5, it was the wild area that I really loved when they were walking around.
And I still think that we might actually get a BGM. Maybe we might get a BGM release, even if it's digital this time, because TV Tokyo Music, not Sony, is handling this. Sony is only handling. I don't care. Digital, fine.
Fine. Digital, if that's going to be the way, fine. I'll do it. I don't care. I just want these goddamn tracks already one way or another. I personally believe, though, TSS, we're not going to get the Pokemon remix tracks. We're only going to get the tracks that are anime exclusive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to do, and then they're going to probably see the success of it, and then the second bait is going to be the remixes for the Pokemon games into the anime series. I think that's what's going to go down. And listen, we have to make small steps, to get what we want.
I mean, here's a question. Has Hayashi's other tracks have been released, like in other series?
My Hero Academia, perfect example. The My Hero Academia has released, I believe, 2 to 3 already of soundtracks. Soundtrack Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3.
Okay.
So this isn't like new for him. It's gonna be possible.
Okay.
And
I'm on
be there
board.
for it.
I'm on board for that. I would love it. I would definitely spend my money. Also, for the folks watching here at home, wherever the hell you are, so supposedly my copy of movie 22 is coming tomorrow. Once
Nice.
again, you know, the gods at CD Japan and DHL has never failed me. I've gotten the last like maybe 5 or 6 like Yokai Watch and Pokemon releases like 0 day, because I still consider it 0 day because the way that it works is, even though it's the day before, I consider the Japanese business day to start at 10 a.m. So that means over here it would be 8 p.m. the previous day. So sometimes I get it even before other people get it, and that's beautiful. I like the fact that, you know, I can say, hey, DHL, because obviously I live in a hub city. So the way that CD Japan does is they ship it out before, and then it goes on the plane, and then it arrives at the Cincinnati hub, and then transfers over, and it goes to JFK.
Yeah, if everything goes smoothly, you get sometimes even a day before, man. It is so great.
That's the thing is, though, Robzo, I don't think, now I was thinking in the back of my mind, wouldn't it be nice that they're going to include the movie 23 trailer on the Blu-ray? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to probably happen is we're going to have the same teaser trailer that was in the theaters.
And that's what they're going to put on the... I think that in itself is going to be what they'll put in the actual
Blu-ray. But I'm hoping to God that we actually get extras on this fucking disc, because movie 20, as you know, had the episode 1 remastered. Movie 22 had shit, which is kind of sad considering that it's a premium product. You pay money. Like I could give you tons of examples. Like, I mean, then again, though, I mean, we're talking about Sony here, versus like Kadokawa.
Wait, movie 21 had nothing?
Nothing.
Wow. Well, I mean, we already got the film as is, so I'm not going to complain that much.
Yeah, really, realistically, it had like nothing extra.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you compare. I mean, the problem is you can compare this to like the Kadokawa releases of like Yokai Watch Blu-rays, the 5 movies, and you have tons of extras included with them, like the specials that they air around Christmas time, and some trailers and some insider stuff and behind the scenes stuff with voice acting and shit. See, that's the kind of extras that you need. And the fucked up things is like it's the same fucking price. Yeah. So you have level 5 actually doing something versus TPC, which does nothing.
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that's kind of that's a trend that I've been noticing in the last several years.
And yet level 5 still unfortunately getting the boot.
Yeah, getting the short end of the stick. And also Yokai Watch with the exclamation point, that series is ending.
What?
Yeah, that series is ending this week. That's it.
Why? I thought they were supposed to make it a new ongoing series. What happened?
Well, the Yokai Watch Jam, or the Y Academy thing, basically the yokai version of My Hero Academia, is supposed to be fucking coming on, because they have the movie that's out right now, which is Yokai Watch Jam Y Gakuen, whatever the fuck it is. And then they're gonna start the new series based off of the movie universe on December 27th.
Oh, so they're ending it to tie into the whole movie, then, is what's going on, right?
Yes, and I bet you the second the anime opening for that comes out, I gotta use Michael Jackson's Jam, because it's the only thing that I can think of at the top of my mind that will actually work.
But is Nate gonna still be around though? Or is Nate completely concluded now?
It's gone. He's gonna be gone again, because this will all focus on humanified version.
Can I get context where you're done?
We're talking about the Yokai Watch Jam, the new series.
Okay.
Movie.
Carry on.
So we're talking about personified versions of yokai like Jibanyan and Koma-san, and they're basically going into the Y Academy. So they're gonna have this kind of like the Y Watch, where they can like morph into other things, and It's fun. They actually had the special last week behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, I do see the designs right now. Yeah. What
Yeah.
the heck? You know what they remind me of? Inazuma. Like, because I know it's a level 5 work. So
Yeah.
But like, I'm looking at the screenshot and I'm like, ooh, I don't know how people will think about this, honestly.
Well, we'll wait and see because, like I said, the movie came out. The movie came out on Friday, and the anime series starts December 27th, which is the Friday. So it's going to be the same time slot, but Yokai Watch ! Nate's timeline, Keita's timeline is ending again.
But is it for real this time, or is it still undecided? At this moment?
I don't know, but from the last like couple of episodes I've seen, maybe they're actually going to start to wrap things up.
I hope they give him an ending, man. They missed it out on like the other movie beforehand, and I feel like they need to really give Nate a proper conclusion to his story, because he's like a character that has been around for so long now. If you're going to give him a wrap up, I think this is the best way to go at it. You know, use these final moments to really try to conclude his storyline.
I mean, we have to see what's going to happen this week. If they're going to leave it open ended, then might bring the door of opportunity to come back. But if they're going to be completely, shutting it down, then we'll see what happens.
Only time will tell, man. And I think it's just a couple of days away anyway. So
and also if we're going to be posting screenshots of that, again, I'm gonna miss the Nate timeline because of things like this. You can actually post that into the thing.
All right,
I love that. Because I love that.
Oh, that. I know which image this is. Oh my god. Hold on, let me just post that right now. I love this image so much. Hold on, let me just post this right here for everybody to see. Boof. There we go. Yober Eats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's unfortunate though. I really do like Nate as a character, but I hope for best things for this new series. I'm not gonna slander on this series for ending. I'm just gonna look ahead and see what this new series will offer for all of us.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Melamelion, his personified form, that's pretty fucking cool. A lot of I'm gonna give it a chance because I'm a fan of the series and I want to see what their take is. Of course they're gonna have all the toys and stuff, of course that's another thing I'm gonna have to look at next year, but I want to see how they're gonna take it as a direction. I mean, obviously they're not going to be trend centers anymore because obviously I think that this is just a since the the My Hero Academia theme is hot right now. I think it's a good idea. I mean, I like that they're trying different things. And plus, Yokai Watch 4 Plus that just came out. You could buy it as a download for like $15. It adds more modes, and that's what it is. It's like you have level 5 working in perfect synergy with their games, their mobile products, and their anime, and their manga, because they make manga too, versus Pokemon, where it's kind of been disconnected throughout the whole thing. I mean, you got to consider that it was the games, then it was the manga, then the anime, which took a completely different direction, and then you're trying to get all these things together, and it's like one hand doesn't wash the other. At least what they're trying to do with PM 2019 is they're trying to do the anime and manga concurrent, which is not a bad idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, you give the best of both worlds, honestly.
Exactly. So I think
a quick question on that, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
is that going to be ongoing? Is that manga going to be ongoing?
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought it was going to be one of those things where it's going to be like a one and done deal, and that's
No. They specifically said that they're going to be publishing it, I think, in quote unquote Ichiban or something like that, where it's going to be, and then you're going to get the full volumes, after a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's awesome. If they make a complete series out of this, dude, I would love to collect them all. That would be awesome. Like a complete volumes. Like say if it's gonna go for 3 years, I would say like volumes 1 through 12 or something.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I mean, like I said, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the manga, because of course with the manga they have a little bit more leeway.
Chapter 1 completely showed that off by having references to Sun and Moon Ash, XY Ash, original, and even their signature Pokemon.
Yeah, that's in Koroko Ichiban, isn't it?
Yeah, like they had full-on references to them on one of the manga pages, and that was something that people were hoping to see in the anime series. But in the anime, we only got reference to the trophy from Alola, and as well as the as the Masquerade and other things as well. So I mean, they're doing their own separate ways of references. I just feel like the manga version is doing stronger references that I think more fans would really enjoy to see animated.
Well. And as I mentioned before, the guy who's writing it also did the movie the movie 1 and the Hoso 2 remake of the Mewtwo saga remakes into manga form. And I tell you, Watashi wa dareda. Right, whatever. And I said that without changing accents, so I sound like a weeb. So fuck that. Anyway, so but the moral of the story is I want to see what PM 2019 is gonna I want to see more of these manga chapters. I want to read volume 1, as a matter of fact.
I love how I'm enjoying the manga just for how it, like you mentioned, it does things a little bit different, not that much from the anime, but it has little moments that I feel manages to surpass what the anime offers. But yet again, the anime of course is animated, so it's still so fun to watch, and the music as well, the score being completely different. Like you're gonna get the best out of either side, honestly. So,
well, Yokai Watch was the same way. I mean, if you compare the manga and the anime, they were the manga was a lot more hardcore. I mean, you'll have the like freaking Jibanyan getting ripped apart and things like that. They actually show that. Yeah, the eyes being ripped out, and it's like all this shit, and it's like great stuff.
Violence is great. Damn.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's very violent, very rough.
Yeah, I can't say anything about it because I've never actually seen it. I've always seen you collect them, but I've never seen the actual thing.
You should at least browse through at least volume 1 or volume 2, and then you'll see what I mean. It's like, wow, that's crazy. You got freaking, you have Jibanyan getting run over, and you see his face freaking flat and shit.
Oh god, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. It really exploits the whole comedy thing, but it's also very dark.
Yeah,
at some points.
I think it's because the manga series is, as you mentioned, they have a little bit more leeway with how they can handle these things. Where in the anime, if they animate that sort of thing, it wouldn't really go so well now.
With the ratings and things like that.
Yeah,
you have to keep it clean and
Yeah, we actually got a couple of questions here in the chat, so let's go answer them right now. First question is, where is PM 2019 heading? Let's start off with you, Richie, then, if you have anything you'd like to say for where PM 2019 might be heading.
PM 2019. What's the shortest way I can say without going into tangent for 20 minutes? I think it could be really good. Especially, the main character relationship and all. But I hope that their playbook doesn't just rely on nostalgia, because apparently, as we all know, that's been an issue with the current series. It's like, oh my god, Ash is in this Candle City. He doesn't bring up the last time he was there or what he did. It's like, you guys want forced nostalgia, and that's the very same thing that we complain about when it comes to Kanto. Now, granted, I understand that games and anime are different, but it's still like the same idea in some logistics, if you know what I mean. So, to me, here's all I'd say. I like the series so far. It's not like the best yet. I think if they continue to develop Ash and Go's relationship to where I think it should be, which is around the top, and just becoming like a consistent ship, and they don't rely too heavily on nostalgia, I think this series could be really underrated. And I say underrated because I don't think a whole lot of people are giving it respect just because of the, oh, we're not having to force nostalgia type of shit, which I'm going to call it an unpopular opinion because it feels like I'm in the minority when I say that PM 2019 doesn't need to do nostalgia every other fucking turn. The series needs to develop itself first. Before they worry about the nostalgia. I'm not sure why people are missing that point. You can say that for every other series, but that's just how I view it. Don't force the nostalgia. Develop Ash and Go's relationship, and overall, I think it's a good series to watch. I don't really have any negative thoughts about it. I mean, they could do things better, but it's not like I just don't have any negatives where I'm like, oh my god, they should have done this completely. They did this completely wrong, or oh, this sucks. Like no, I just haven't done that yet because I don't have a big enough sample size to give this show or series, I should say. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the best way I could say it without going on a tangent for an hour. So
yeah, it's too early to judge.
Yeah, it's too early. But yeah, those are my 2 cents.
Alrighty. Well, this one, I guess you can answer this question, TSS. Somebody asked, out of all the theme songs that have released so far, which is your favorite wild battle Pokemon theme?
Ooh, that's so. Wow. Okay, so it probably means battle theme that has been officially released on CD.
Probably. I think, actually speaking about that, I don't even think Sword and Shield soundtrack is even officially released yet. Like the video game, because they never.
The thing is though, are we talking about the anime version of the video game theme or the video game theme itself?
Video games.
Video game theme.
The video game theme. Okay, the ones that have been released. Ooh, that's a good one. Gen 5.
Ooh, Gen 5 is actually really good.
Gen 5.
Yeah.
So I would say Gen 5 too.
I honestly would like to go with Generation 7. But only because this might be a bit of a stretch, but I really love that Smash remix they did for Generation 7's Wild Battle theme. When they incorporated the main Pokemon theme into the song, dude, that sounds fantastic. But
Hoenn is nice too. Hoenn is nice too, but I would rather have Unova.
Okay, I would go with Kanto's, but it has to be the one from Gold, Silver, Crystal, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Like, it has to be the remixed version that came from the Johto region. I personally love that more than the original. It sounds so good. It has like that extra additional beat to it that really makes it stand out. So I'm a sucker for that. Either that or the Wild Trainer theme. But yeah, they did an absolute great job with the soundtrack on the old days. But let me see. Anything else question-wise? Let me just go take a look around here. Everybody seems to be agreeing on the what you said earlier ago, Richie, though. They seem to agree in that it's a little too early to just go straight into decisive decisions for the series as of right now. Now, another thing is somebody asking, and I think it's a good time to go and talk about it, because if you guys have noticed, there is somebody that's actually missing in our PokéPod this week. Being Tyrone. Yeah, we'd always talk about Tyrone being late, but actually we kind of neglected that this time around, and for good reason too. Tyrone actually isn't going to be joining us this week, unfortunately. He has some things he's going to do with his friends, and understandable. You guys already know we are in the holiday time slot right now. It's Christmas.
Damn, we're getting replaced. Not just kidding.
And not just Christmas, but I mean like every single holiday that's in this month.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to you.
Yeah, that extended title right there. I don't even remember what you said. But yes.
Yeah, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. It's the Virgin Mobile commercial from 20 years, 15, 16 years ago. It was like, but what is most is camera phone for $20 less. That's the one. That's the commercial.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, they were asking if we're going to be having a podcast session either next week or on the 30th. Honestly, I think we will, because they're not necessarily on the day of the eves, being on the 24th or on the 31st. it's like the next week is the 23rd, and I believe after that is the 30th. I think we
yeah.
should be fine. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident in saying that we might have a podcast session during those 2 weeks. But if in case if anything happens, though, make sure to follow us though on Twitter, via social media, all that, and just keep
watch
an
your
eye
shit
on that.
post.
Yeah, watch that, dude. Shit posting is great, dude. I don't know what happened, but one of my recent shit posts somehow blew up randomly out of nowhere, so that made me happy.
Or if you want me to put better music to TPC's 3D CG stuff, subscribe to me.
There you go. You have everything for everyone. The shit posting, the regular random comments, and even the edits. It's all there for you. And then for Tyrone,
Yes.
I don't even think Tyrone actually does anything. He just tends to just reply, really. But let me see. Anything else I'm missing? Tyrone's mixtape, dude. I don't even know when that's coming out.
You have a very chance.
Yeah, it's gonna be
taking
the
over
recording
kid and his
studio.
mixtape coming out.
You have a better chance of getting Miyazaki's score before Tyrone's mixtape, man. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true.
Let me see. For next week and the week after, I'm pretty confident we'll probably have our PokéPod sessions. It's gonna be there. Of course, we're obviously. I think the only thing that's gonna be different for next week and the following is I'm pretty confident we're not gonna do Sword and Shield related stuff though.
No.
Because Sword and Shield is on
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas
Christmas
Eve, and then of course New Year's Eve. Why the
New
hell
Year's
would we be doing that during New Year's Eve, a playthrough? But with that being said, though, if anything, I might maybe move it on to Sunday. I don't really know. I'm not certain how we're gonna handle it, but I'll talk with everybody about it and see where we go with it because I know you guys enjoyed the Sword and Shield playthrough. But we'll figure it out. Once again, follow us on Twitter so you guys can keep up to date with that.
Next week I'll also give my thoughts on the movie 22 Blu-ray, so stand by for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for mine to come in.
How is it that the two people who actually went to watch the movie are the only ones who have the movie? TSS, can you please do me a solid and send me the file for that? I need to watch it before.
You support the official release.
Yeah, listen, I already supported the official release by buying getting Shoko Nakagawa's newest album, RGB True Color, on my phone. It's actually available, her full newest CD on Apple Music, so I got the entire thing there, which has
I'll probably pick that up. I'll probably pick that up while I'm in Japan. So
yeah, dude, I'm just amazed. Apple Music has been doing a really good job with a lot of the Japanese songs out there. Like, to have the entirety of Shoko Nakagawa's album there, like Dori Dori, Type Wild, the one for movie 22. What else was there?
Kazuto Ishini.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, just other songs from Zoids and other songs that she has done for various
I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting for 10-bit HDR, the follow-up album.
Yeah, the only one track I don't have from Shoko Nakagawa, and it is so hard to find. I don't know why. Kiseki. Yeah. I cannot find that thing. Yeah, I can't find that song.
It was the B side on the Dori Dori single.
Yeah, that's why it's so difficult to find, because I only have the A side. I don't have the B side. So I don't have Kiseki with me, man. So I'm so mad with that, because I know Kiseki is a really great song because I believe it uses the ending song from the X and Y games, correct? Like the melody of it. So it's like one of those rare tracks that is just so difficult to find nowadays. But hopefully I can talk with a certain someone and maybe they can help me out in trying to collect that track, because I think it's like one of the few tracks I need to complete my Shoko Nakagawa's soundtrack here that I have with me.
Shoko Naka.
Seriously though, she has like a majority of her songs on Apple Music. If you haven't checked it out, or via any streaming service, please do yourself a solid and support them.
The child choir at the end for Kiseki?
Did they have a child choir?
That's a good question.
I know the one for movie 22 did though, didn't it?
Yeah, Kazuto Ishini, yeah.
Yeah, that one did.
Kazuto Ishini is available, so we're fine.
Yeah. I'm referring to Kiseki. That's the only one that's
Kiseki.
Yeah. Let me see. Question for the crew: would you guys be down for an anime being based on the protagonist from past games replacing Ash and go on an adventure?
And actually, Robzo is correct, because the Kiseki does have the children choir at the end. That's correct.
Okay. I did not. Well, then again, I never heard it, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Yeah, so now to answer your question, Lightning, in my opinion, honestly, at this point, there's no need to replace them now. If Ash is already here, then just stick with him at this point.
If they wanted to do that, they should have done it before making this series, but it's too late.
Exactly. I think it's like after Sun and Moon concluded with Ash winning the league, like you would think that the next big decision would be to replace him, but they decide to still continue on with his adventure. And if that tells you that, yeah, Ash is going to still stay. So, I mean, like, you guys got to be prepared for the fact that Ash is going to remain within this series for the rest of eternity. And, well, at least till everyone goes away. But for now, though, it's all good. We're all good. We have Satoshi for another 3 more years. So that's great. But, yeah, you know, it's kind of odd. Satoshi's this time around feels more backsided, if that makes sense.
Good.
Is anybody else feeling that?
Well, like subdued. Well,
Yeah,
actually, I think so, because like I said, they're trying to develop Go's character, so obviously he has to take a back seat.
Yeah, and also we are going to be getting a massive amount of episodes for Ash in just a couple of episodes, because like there's the Ho-Oh one, the Battle Frontier one, to name a few. And I'm pretty confident Ash is going to be the one that's going to be up and center for that. And as you mentioned, TSS, it's better to focus on Go now than try to push him very far into the future, because otherwise we'll get the Serena situation all over again.
Yeah, they don't want to do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it also pays off too, because literally there's only just 2 members right now, so it can balance each other well.
Yeah.
I do want to take a second to kind of give you guys an update on something that I'm very happy with, that in regards to a purchase I made recently.
Oh, yes, I know this one, yeah.
Yeah, so I finally got myself a Camlink Elgato 4K. This bad boy here that I have on my hands right now is basically what I can use to allow my DSLR camera to be my webcam camera for the future. I, of course, also bought me one of those batteries that charges forever. You know which one I'm referring to? The one that's just like you strap it on into the outlet, and then from there it's just good to go.
So essentially it is just a USB charging interface that just basically runs off of AC.
No, not the USB. Actually, no. It's an actual battery that you connect to the battery slot.
Okay, so it's a battery. Okay, so it's a battery. It's a shell, a battery shell, but it plugs into AC.
Yeah. Now somebody said to show it to us. I would love to show it to you, but the only thing I'm missing left that I think is coming tomorrow is the battery component that I need to keep the thing to charge forever. So I think I might actually use it for tomorrow's Sword and Shield playthrough.
Sure.
And I hope it actually comes out well. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been really wanting to update it for a long time now.
My question is though, I know your camera. You have an 18-55 lens, so that means you'll have 29 millimeters. So it'll be wide enough.
Yeah, I don't need it to cover my whole screen. I just need a box, really. So, and I'm not that wide, so I'm pretty good for it. So it's the Canon T7i. It's pretty outdated a little bit, but it's still
sounds like it.
Well, no. The thing is, though, his camera's newer than mine. I have a Canon 50D. But
yeah,
then again, my Canon 50D is better built than that one.
Yeah,
the 50D came out in like 2008.
Yeah, so you're good, and also you got the better lens too. I have the starter lens. I still need to buy one of those better lenses sometime in the future.
Yeah, I mean the one that I have, it was the first model. It was the 1585. I think it's f3.5 to 5.6. That's a $700 lens though.
Yeah. Can I has? No, just kidding.
friend of mine actually got that for $250 for me.
So. Dude, you got lucky with that one. Do you have any lenses that that you would recommend?
The newer 1585 USM2, because like I said, that's the newer model of mine. It's not an L lens, because the L lens, if you try to buy an L lens, it'll cost you over $1,000. And also the problem is they start at like 24. They got like 24 to 70, 24 to 100, 120, or I think it was like 20. No, it's not 24 to 70. Or you could probably get a Sigma 24 to 70. I think it's like 24 to. Anyway, the L lenses, they're designed for full frame cameras. You don't have a full frame. You have a crop frame sensor. So
damn.
It's not worth getting an L lens unless you're gonna be buying like at least like a 5D or something.
Yeah.
Like 5D Mark IV.
The one that I want to get personally is the one that allows blurriness in the background.
So you want to get one. You probably want to get. The F2.8.
Yeah, there we go. The F2.8. That's the one I want to get. I think
You
it's
could
like
probably get the
150.
Sigma. Yeah, you could probably get the Sigma one to the F2.8. Sigma makes decent lenses for the Canon bodies. So.
Yeah. Also, I heard somebody say here, unrelated to Pokemon, but I'm excited for the new Love Live anime. Now, I heard weird things about the Love Live anime, because like they normally tend to announce the characters a year prior to the anime announcement. But it's like this time around they announced the characters, but for some reason they took like 2 years to announce the anime this time around. I forgot what the name of the crew is for this Love Live cast, something like that. But I'm very glad to see that they're going to be getting
well,
in
Eunice
anime.
is the first one.
Yeah. Now, thing is, I still haven't watched Love Live yet. I think that's a
Me
blessing
neither.
as well, because I don't want to. Because I know if I do watch it, I'm probably going to get into some
Well, that means
costly issues.
Well, the other problem is the second that I pass by a freaking Love Live Gacha machine for 500 yen, freaking KG will want the whole fucking machine. And I can't afford that.
And, you know, soon I will. I'm gonna make the wisest decisions when it comes to how I spend next year's in anime NYC. Just every single goddamn Love Live plushie. Dude, I think DJ would love that though. DJ.
I bet he would.
Yeah, DJ or Pop. Is it Polly? Polly's also Love Live, I think, or is that Caroline?
I
The
feel
point
like
of the
she
matter is,
is.
I'm pretty confident it is. I know Caroline and DJ are the ones that have heavily pushed me to watch Love Live, and I'm doing my best to avoid it for now. But man, I really, really wanted to give it a shot eventually, sometime later down the road. I need to sit down and give it a shot. But right now, though, I'm binge watching too much anime for to kind of, you know, to kind of put that in the slots of things to watch. Don't you have one already, KG? No, that one was a gift, so I don't have ones. I give the Love Live related thing to somebody, so that was really it. Oh, sorry, water.
Hey,
gotta hydrate. We need a hydrate bot.
prescription. Well, yeah, you need to go out to Spencer's and buy the prescription water bottle, 32 ounces, by Dr. Dehydrated. That's what you need.
Man. Let me see. Anything else I'm missing here? But oh yeah, how about you guys though? Have you guys done your holiday shopping? You know, obviously next week is gonna be the big gift giving day. I guess Navidad.
Oh yeah. I guess for me, I guess I'll state mine since I'm sure because I think TS is just focusing on his Japan trip. Am I correct about that?
That is correct, because the problem, as I explained to these folks, I ended up finding because me and my brother want to go to Japan next year, and my brother ended up finding out that if we left the day before that we originally wanted to do it, we found an EVA Airlines itinerary, the same one that I took in August, for $860.
So
and
vastly
that's
cheaper.
Yeah, because before we were going to be leaving on a Saturday, and that itinerary would have been $1,130. So that was a huge change. And then my brother got his bonus, so we decided to just book the flights then and there. So that money, even though it went on the credit card, that means that I don't have that much money now. Now I have to save up money for the hotel room. And I had to pay an extra, and I'm going to have to pay an extra like $250 because I had to add an extra night to my booking, and that night was very expensive. That night was like 27,000 yen.
Damn.
Everything else,
Sheesh.
because that is a night of one of the festivals in Tokyo, the Sanja Matsuri. So that's why the limited amount of space in the hotels, at least I was able to get that night, because otherwise I would have had to go somewhere else. But they were having single beds for like $180 to $200 in different places. Single beds, not twins, because I'm having 2 twin beds, and it's like because we're gonna have separate bed. But yeah, but I'm gonna be staying now for 14 days basically. Now, and my brother's gonna stay for 10, so I'm gonna have 4 days to myself.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course I'm gonna be in Japan for my birthday again, and I'm really happy.
Oh yeah, our buddy Alpha Evie's in the chat right now. Hey
How are
Evie.
The Japan expert.
Yeah, and also our pal Evie, of course, he's not going to be joining us this week because things he has with finals. So everybody give him the blessings of good lucks for the Alpha Evie so he can be sure that he'll pass his exams, man.
He'll pass it with his own floof.
Yeah, not with the results of his actual answers, no, but just the floof itself.
Yep.
Let me see.
Early birthday, you're about 5 months too early.
Well, I mean, that's still early. The message is still there. You got your.
Oh
early...
yeah, well, thank you so much.
How old are you gonna be this time around? 30.
32.
32. Oh, I thought it was
32.
31 this time around.
No, 31 was this year.
Ah, okay.
That's
okay.
like no, because it's gonna be kind of a sadness because then that means I can't make the water boy reference anymore.
Oh.
I am 31 years old.
You only had it for a year.
I can only say that for about another 5 months, and that was it.
Hey, listen, man, you use it. You have just 5 months. Go for it.
Yeah, and no, my brother. The problem is my brother wants to do all the touristy stuff, so he wants to do the robot restaurant in Shinjuku and all the other touristy crap. So I might not be able to go to many places this time around, like many new places. Like I wanted to go to like Nishinomiya, just west of Osaka, to the town, the city where Haruhi is based off of. Also north, and also in Tohoku region, Nishinomiya, which is Lucky Star's area.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. I mean, I'll try, but my brother's gonna have me on a fucking leash, and I don't know about that. He just wants to buy stuff. He's like, take me to the places you go and buy stuff. Okay. Whatever. Of course, the thing is, it's going to be fun to try to see him like survive like 15.5-hour flight in another 4.
Damn, you best of luck with that, man.
Yeah, because you have to. Yeah, because on the itinerary, you got to fly to Taiwan first, and Taiwan number 1. All right. Anyway, and then after that. Cue the mainland China's guys saying the half English, half Chinese screwy phrasing, whatever. God, why did I make that reference? And then a 4-hour flight to Tokyo from there. But I mean, hey, I'm glad that I'm just being able to go back again 5th time now. It's like, holy crap! If you would have asked me like 10 years ago, I'm going to be going to Japan 5 times, I would have said, "Fuck, what the fuck is that?"
I need the fuck.
I think though, I think the main reason is, just the flight prices have come down so much in the last like few years. Like just this, and just to even think about going to Japan for like $900 round trip, that was like a pipe dream 10 years ago. Because most of the time, because you didn't have these airlines that even with one stopover, this is possible. Because normally you would have to pay like $2,000-$3,000, and usually all the flights that existed were just basically direct flights. So, but I feel sorry though for people that live in the middle of the country because they don't have this. They don't have such a low price. I mean, fuck. I mean, if the LA people in LA. Oh shit, that's good, Al. That's good, Evie. Get to visit Japan more times in South Australia to watch weathering review. I don't think so. That's 7. I'm gonna have to wait a few more years for that.
I hear he's a shy boy.
Damn.
Yeah, you know what though? He lives in Saitama, but I want to meet up with him. It's like I don't want to talk.
Hold on, my doggy yelping out there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, I would love to meet him in person. I mean, I say, hey, I'll come up to Saitama. Let's have a fucking coffee or tea or something, whatever the fuck you drink. And it's like, but I think it's because his schedule is weird. I think he works the graveyard shift. But I think it's like, maybe he's just not confident enough to maybe converse in English or something. But yeah, I know. It's going to be like the best crossover.
Okay, I'm back now. I got my new puppy here with me.
All right, that was quick.
Yeah, well, no, she was just at the door. She was wanting to come in. It seems like she likes joining in on these discussions too. So, how you doing, girl?
Well, I mean, she's got to fill the boots.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but everybody, once again, say hello to Yanni. Of course, I'm not showing in the camera, but she's here with me, though. So,
Hi.
Yeah, so Yanni, I don't know, Yanni just loves joining here. She's a new puppy.
Does
so...
Yanni want to know what I did for Christmas shopping?
Yeah. Hey, Yanni, you want to take a listen? Here, okay. She's biting my hand, so I assume that means yes.
She's like, hand me over the headset, human.
Maybe that's why she's biting me. Goddamn. She's very brute force. But yeah, she's good. But yeah, so how'd that go for you, Richie? Though, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the shopping thing.
Well, obviously, of course, the first thing I had to do was take care of the gift exchange. Obviously, I'm not going to say who it is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, because it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, in case some of you guys are unaware of a gift exchange in chat, you don't usually announce that out loud, especially with other people in that same circle, which is in this call. But no, I took care of that first. I'll say this much: it wasn't hard to find it. It was not that hard to find it. So it didn't take too much out of my wallet. Although the second part of it, might, but it's gonna be under the limit that we have for this thing. So
is it the shipping?
No, not the shipping. I mean like a second item to go on with it.
Evie says, just say we all know Santa's fake anyways. God damn, you're not supposed to say that, Evie. Think about the kids.
In the chat. Come on, man. Maybe that's why you're not in here.
By the way, is this an extended pre-show? Nah, this is the show. This is the regular show.
The show.
Yeah, the show.
The big show. No.
And I guess the second thing is I am getting another one for another. Actually, I might as well just say it because it's not part of the gift exchange, so I can probably say this unless this person actually listens to our VODs.
Here's hoping not.
Here's hoping not. But basically, I decided to ask one of our members, and that member happens to be Polly. I was like, hey, for Christmas, I would like to send a gift, because I'm basically asking for permission because I want to make sure things are, good. Yeah. Got the thumbs up. So I went to work on finding two things. Well, originally it was going to be free, but the first thing just became impossible to find.
Aww.
So I just settled with gift number 1 to gift number 2. And I think, based on what the document stated, I think she'll be very satisfied. But I'm not gonna say what though. You'll figure it out.
Okay, you know what? I had a Santa thing as well. But I also decided to do shopping for other people outside of the one I had to do for, and I'm planning to next week also probably get the remainders as well. I hope that we don't end up having the same idea for like what her gift is gonna be, because I had an idea and I saw it and I'm like, I feel like other people, if they were to be the ones to give this person the gift, I would feel like it would be the same thing, and I'm like, she's gonna get multiple of the same goddamn things.
If it's what I think it is, then I don't think she would care.
No, she's gonna love. Oh, okay, so it is what I think it is.
Oh no!
Oh god!
You've been outed.
We won't know until
the day comes, happens. Of course, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to do some nice shopping. Also, I did because I also want to talk about this because F you, Richie, for what you said the other day when I posted the picture of the Switch Lite I got, and I was talking about I did some shopping, and I also decided to go shop for myself. I bought me the Nintendo Switch Lite of the Zamazenton and Zamasu, whatever the other one is called, of the Pokemon Sword and Shield Switch. Yeah, the Pokemon Sword and Shield Lite thing. Which, by the way, I bought it, and I have not opened that thing since I bought it back on Saturday. That thing is still sealed up. I don't even know where I left it. I forgot where I put it away.
I mean, for me, the only presents that I bought for myself was that Samsung 4K TV and an EverDrive N8 Famicom, the flash card for the Famicom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get myself a few things as well. But anyways, kids, you were saying?
Oh yeah, shit. So and then you decide to look at it. It's like, oh, I see how it is. You bought yourself enough for your little brother, you asshole.
What? I speak facts.
I know it was true. I mean, I should have probably posted the gift for my little bro first before I decided to post my Switch.
Robzo, it is the Samsung Q60R, the 43-inch model, because Samsung had it on sale for $497.
Dude, that is cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider it a mid-range TV. I mean, it doesn't have local dimming, but the freaking picture is still amazing, though.
Yeah, I'm not really much on TVs. I just buy what I find is nice and big, and I bought me No TVs this year, actually. I think TVs are not really that big this year. I noticed. For me, anyway.
For you, yeah, but the thing is, though, the problem is I mean, again, as I said before, you're gonna see a lot of retailers that are trying to sell the old shit, and you should not be buying that.
Yeah, it's just because like I live in an apartment,
if
so it's hard.
if Linus from Linus Tech Chips is shilling the QLED stuff,
that shit was great. I didn't expect him to be there this year. Or anything at all, where he's just like, look, first of all, TVs are not exactly easy to, sell online, because how are you supposed to tell about the TV unless you see it yourself in person? You know what I mean?
Artings.com.
It's like, I can't tell what the TV is gonna actually look like because it's being recorded. It's not actually being shown to me. Like, TVs are one of those difficult products that's just hard to sell on the big screen. You need to see
it in the store, yeah.
Yeah. There is such a thing as physical and just viewing it on a picture. But honestly, I can't really buy me any more TVs. I already have 4 different TVs, and one of them is the highest sized one I got so far, which is like a 55-inch screen TV. I live in an apartment that only has 2 rooms, man. Just the living room and the main room. I can't really go that crazy with TVs here anyway. So, that's why I think TVs this year I've probably been on the down low. But, yeah, I really do believe next year. I feel like TVs are probably going to be the big way where they're going to go even further.
Donnie, I used to have tons of CRT monitors, and I threw out most of them. Partially because some of them didn't work, but also because they just took up a lot of space.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're like,
and plus the problem is, a lot of them are just getting old. I had used a CRT monitor, I think it was an NEC XP15 for years. I used it for 10 years. Well, not 10 years, but I had it for several years, and then I switched to LCD. The thing is, though, now I'm kind of regretting it, because now you'll see that a lot of CRT monitors are getting harder and harder to find. And a lot of people, they're hooking it up and getting retro gaming setups now. I mean, I have this 9-inch Toshiba DVD standard definition television here, and I've been using that for my gaming. And just to go back to a CRT that was made maybe 20 years, that's from 2001. It's just you just cannot get the same experience off of a CRT than you can on an LCD. I mean, you can get close. You can get very low latency. For example, the Samsung 4K TV actually only has 14 milliseconds of latency in game mode. So it's very low latency. It's actually better than my monitor or my computer, but I'm just saying that the experience you get in a small CRT versus an LCD or an OLED display or 4K display, it is a true difference. I mean, you can get close, but it's still, apples and oranges. So that's basically what I wanted to say. But good luck, Donnie. You'll be lucky if you can get a CRT for cheap, or you can probably find them in the garbage somewhere.
Damn.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, I still have.
I know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. I just find it funny.
I think I found like a 25-inch Daewoo set that was made in 2006 or something like that, 2005, and I found that on the side of the street, and it works fine.
Damn.
But that thing is just the problem is that set weighs 60 pounds, so it's not 70 pounds. So I think that's the reason why people are getting rid of CRTs. I mean, even the HD CRTs aren't really that good anyway.
Okay. I feel like I was gonna ask one last thing before we begin our actual review. Let me see if I could try to remember. Oh, okay, there we go. Now I remember it, because I did feel a little bummed out because I didn't know about the Secret Santa thing until last minute. I think everybody only thought about it last minute anyway. I was really hoping I would have had enough time to have done a nice little group raffle thing, where I would have bought a gift and then I would have given it to one of you guys, but you wouldn't know who it was until the very end anyway. I'm gonna try to see if I can do that next year, and I'm trying to see what recommendation would you give for somebody to give a gift on, I know we have consoles, we have games, we have devices,
Games
electronics.
and anime, I guess.
Yeah, but like I want to buy something that I know anybody will enjoy is what I'm trying to think of. I think maybe next year
Pokemon.
I think next year I might try to do a raffle for like the iPhone X for somebody. Or what's the newest model? Is it like the iPhone X Pro or something like that?
11, iPhone 11.
Yeah, I have the X. That's not this year's model.
No,
Okay.
the iPhone 11 or triple camera guy.
Yeah.
No, it's the Pro.
Oh,
I
goodness.
think it's not going to be the iPhone 11. It's going to be the new iPhone model that's coming out next year. I think that's going to be the raffle.
Read Evie's suggestion.
Yeah,
Your 100 switches.
Okay, listen, okay, I'm not giving nobody my 100 Switches. Those things are still with me, which makes me kind of scratch my head as to why I bought a Switch Lite, but that's a story for another day. And yes, folks, it is actually true. We're not bluffing. You've seen the pictures. I have 100 goddamn Switches on me. I don't know why, but I just have them. But yeah, so I feel like I just, I might for next year I might try to see if I can raffle like one of you guys from the group anyway, like maybe an iPhone, something like that. We'll see. But I did feel bummed out, honestly, that I wasn't able to do something like that, because I initially kind of wanted to do that, because I always I'm a fan that loves to give rather than receive. And you guys already know my story, how I had to suffer like almost 4 to 5 years of my life, almost approaching that end of bankruptcy, where I would have just been completely moneyless. I wouldn't have nothing. I've mentioned how I had literally only $50 in my card, and that was literally it. And I had to use those $50 to go to one of those job sites, or not job sites, but what did they call them again? Like those, not stores.
Job fair.
Yeah, where you have to like give money so that way they can find a job for you.
Yeah, job fair.
Yeah, so I literally spent the last money that I had on me to find a job, and it was a big gamble, because after that I had nothing left, man. But thankfully, it ended up being the job that I'm still working at right now. And I've been with them for almost 5 years at this moment, man, and it's incredible. And I'm really blessed to be able to now, in a financial state anyway, do things that I never thought I'd do. Like I went to like across the state, like Washington. Like I managed to get my parents their own vacation. Like I got them their own vacation time, where they went to the Pocono Mountains. My grandmother recently came to the U.S. as well. That was also amazing to fund that into helping her get here. It took a lot, but it was really well worth it. And my mother finally got to see her mother after 20 years of not seeing each other in person. So, I always love giving things. It was very hard for me during that time when I couldn't do something like that. So to make up for it, like throughout time, I've been doing my best to really give back to those who've helped me come back up, and that's why I love doing things like this. So hopefully next year I can do something for you guys. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do it this year, even to you guys here in the call as well, but just give me time. Next year we're gonna have a nice raffle. I'm gonna do something very generous for you guys, and we're gonna have a good time, because at the end of the day, you guys have helped me, and it's only appropriate that I just feel like to at least give someone something back, man. Can you pay off my college education? Tell me the price and I'll do what I can, man. No, seriously, no. Just tell me. Also, speaking of which, I need to go. Oh my god, I forgot. Doodles! Oh, shit! Oh, man, I hope it hasn't sold out yet.
I heard that completely wrong.
Okay, Doodlelots. You guys already know my pal Doodlelot. She's the one responsible for making a lot of my images. Hell, she made the logo for the PokéPod world. She actually went out of her way to make one of her drawings an actual plushie. Let me see if I can actually show you guys an image. It is actually very adorable. Apparently, this thing that I have with me is called the Dumbo Octopus plush, and I'm gonna post the image right now. Let me just get this
I
right
really
here.
want to see this.
This is an absolutely amazing image. I don't know why, but I just found it so amazing. Let me just post that here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to just slap that right here in the middle. Somebody in the chat remind me to buy this later. There we go. I love this guy so much. It's great.
Is that Kuparaja?
I don't even know what the hell it is, man. That's
it looks like Kuparaja's long last son.
Yeah, so So apparently, Doodlelot, she made a drawing that really got a lot of people loving it, and now they are actually made available via plushies. So you can actually go and order yourself one via ownage.com/pages/Doodlelot, or just go visit Doodlelot's Twitter account via Doodlelot. You should find it there. She has it pinned, and if you want to support the artist, and there you go. It's a really adorable plushie. I might actually buy that, man. It's so cute. Cantonian Koufant. It is a Koufant, isn't it? That is great. All right, then. So, I guess now with that being said, you guys ready to go and get ourselves set to talk about the recent episode of Pocket Monsters 2019?
Yeah,
all right,
let's
perfect. We will be doing that right after this commercial break because I gotta go set things up real quick. So we shall be speaking with you guys
have fun with that.
momentarily. Yeah.
Why don't you subscribe?
I mean, even if you did subscribe, you still probably get the ad.
No, if you subscribe, you don't get it.
Oh, really? Now I did not know
No.
that. All right. Well,
Now,
I'm gonna go.
if you only had Twitch Prime, then yeah, unfortunately, you still get ads.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think is where you still get ads. So that's unfortunate.
No point in Twitch Prime without that, really.
Ah, man. I still like using it anyway. All right. So, also, by the way, guys, did you see this image? Did this because of like a certain moment that happened in the episode, man? Here, let me post it. I love the internet.
Ground control.
Dude, the internet is great, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
People miss shipping, and you can tell right there.
Oh, shit. It's great. I love it. The internet, you have my complete blessings, man. Just saying. Oh, good lord. Let me just go and actually put this real quick. The internet is great, man. I'm just saying. Let me just put
Yeah,
that
he can be the bowl seems to know that we're gonna post right now.
Yeah, I think some people might know what it is that we're talking about, but
Yeah.
it's great. All right, so let me just get that set up. There we go. All right, I think we should probably be back by now. Yeah, we're back. There we go. Giraffe,
right.
I understand. All right, so
All right, throw the 12 FPS Pokeball.
all right, let's get at it. Insert the what was that song?
Oh my god. We actually got trolled.
Oh shit!
All right, every time I close
I don't know what the fucking metal is.
I
you got
forbid
me
you from
feeling
making
so
more memes
horny. It's what it
for
is.
the rest of the day.
Oh god, I love this. I
If you
love-
haven't used the brain bleach right now, now's a good time.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go take a second to talk about this recent episode of Pocket
Yeah,
Monsters
there we go.
2019. Why don't we? In case you don't ruin. Dude,
Don't ruin
I'm blessing
Christmas.
your Christmas, all right? I'm blessing it with
Praise
high
be,
quality yaoi. It's not even yaoi, I think. It's
No, that's oh my god, that's Shodan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
That's-
sorry. I'm not 100%
Mary
weed
Jesus
like
had
you
sex
guys.
colorized.
Yeah. But dude, man, this week's episode of Pocket Monsters 2019. What more can I say than I loved it? I actually had a chance to talk about it over at Tassel's channel the other day. So we actually did do it on his channel via his podcast session. I got to talk a little bit about it, but let me go a little into details because I didn't really go full on because of course we're saving it for this one. But this week's episode of Pocket Monsters 2019. So it continues with the
Why
storyline.
Jesus left? Oh my god!
He couldn't handle seeing two good
It makes
boys
sense.
together.
After he saw that, he just went, all right, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Also, can we just take a second to talk about that Buttlebee there? Who
Yes.
seems like he's like, I haven't been in Pokemon anime since X and
Force
Y.
himself to
Yeah,
be like, why isn't that Clement's Bumblebee?
Yeah, like, where's the continuity? Why isn't that Clemens Bumblebee just randomly scoping around in Galar for
Oh
some
yeah,
odd
the
reason?
the stale bread
Ash's
thing. That's
image.
Okay,
stale bread thing. Yeah, I've seen that.
once again, my favorite start of this episode, like every episode so far, it seems like they've always managed to deliver on a good start, because it's like the beginning part where Ash is trying to eat the bread and everything, and then he slurps the plate like a soup and tells Go
Yeah.
to do it as well, and then Go does it, and then Go just for like a couple of seconds he just stays mute, and then he gives a thumbs up. He's like, yeah, that was actually pretty good. Like I love the chemistry. I really love the chemistry. Also, I feel bad that this the bunny face right there. There we go. That's better. The bunny's face. Like I love how Score Bunny's trying his best to actually get his attention.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, Score Bunny in this episode, I really got to see the Pokemon's true full-on potential in this episode, and I think it succeeded very well. What do you guys think about Score Bunny, though, after watching this week's episode of Pocket Monsters?
Best bunny.
Yeah, the I could definitely tell that the personality is just oozing from that, and that's like, yeah, that's why they made a mascot out of it.
Yeah, I feel like there's like I think Bunnelby
Marketable, baby.
Yeah, but do you think Bunnelby is ever gonna evolve, or do you think Bunnelby is gonna stay as is?
Bunnelby, Squirrel Bunny.
Score Bunny, I'm sorry.
Wow.
It
Wow.
shows you how. Okay, you know what? I'll give him.
No. I'll say this: it's pre-vitiligo Michael Jackson versus post-vitiligo.
You know what? I'll just
Oh
call
my
him Flambino.
Uh,
I'll call him Flambino. There we go.
you made confused, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Listen, I have Pocket Monster Sun and Moon and Pocket Monster 2019, and I somehow managed to merge them together. The bunnies are some weird. I called these two Yowie instead of the actual thing. My mind's all jumbled up today, man.
Yeah.
Somebody says there's Toasties. Oh, that's you, Richie. I didn't even see that until last minute.
Yeah, actually, I bring that up because
you want to talk about it, buddy? I think you know the details more about it than I do.
Yeah, I mean, the scene I'm talking about is where I think it's the first time or the second time, either or. It revolves the same. They both revolve around the same idea. But basically, what happened was that this individual posted a clip of Score Bunny walking up to Ash and Go, and he was just like, hey, what? He was like, hey, what's up? I want to join your team. And Go was like, but I already said my first is gonna be Mew. And of course, Score Bunny gets a little bit depressed about it because he's upset. But the individual made it seem like Go said something completely different. I think it had to do with the subs in the video. And I noticed that there were a few people that actually knew what Go actually said that retweeted the tweet and said, hey, this guy's incorrect about how he subbed this portion of the episode. So I guess the only thing I can really say about that, because it's really not, I mean, it's not like the biggest of all deals, but it does kind of stink where people just want their Twitter fame and they think, how should I get that? Oh yeah, let's take a Japanese anime that everyone knows, take a scene and properly mistranslate it so I can get my Twitter
put it completely
likes,
out of
retweets.
context. Yeah, it was ridiculous, man.
Unfortunately not. Although I will say about the episode, without I serve shit post on the toast posted. I thought the episode was a nice episode. I thought it kind of, in a way, I thought this was development for Go and Score Bunny. I say for Go because he overcame his own, I wouldn't say roadblock, but he definitely improved from the stance that, oh, my first Pokemon's gonna be Mew, to like, you know what? Nah, Score Bunny's gonna be my first Pokemon. It genuinely wants to join me, so I don't really have a reason at this point to deny it. And Score Bunny, for going from someone chasing after the trainer and accepting defeat for a few seconds, then turns back around when given the opportunity to join the team. I thought this was a nice episode that showcased a good amount of development for both of these characters. As for Ash, like we all said, background character.
Yeah, background character for the week. But it was obviously
other than the meme, I thought he was just a background supportive character of Go. This was pretty much Go and Score Bunny's episode, if you really look at it.
Nice.
So that's all I have to say. It was a nice episode. It was a really nice episode.
All right. What about you, TSS? What you got to say about this week's episode?
First of all, they're taking. Well, I'll tell you this much: the train car set actually reminds me, even though I've never been to the UK, but I know about it. It's probably some diesel multiple unit cars that reminded me of like the rolling stock in the West Midlands Yeah, I'm saying that. It's like because I played freaking BVE back like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I knew then one of them was like, oh, West Midlands. And it's like, oh, the trains look exactly the same. But of course, there's no catenary or overhead wire, and there's no third rail. So it has to be diesel multiple units. But anyway, getting to the real meat and potatoes. I liked the fact that Score Bunny was just having like very unfortunate circumstances when trying to get Go and Satsu's attention. Like for example, it misses its stop from the wild area stop, and it has to jump off of the train after it gets like in the middle of the wild area.
Dude, I love that where he's just like flailing.
It being completely roadblocked by Wooloo, and that's fucking.
Imagine getting blocked by God. Couldn't be me.
And it's not just one; it's the crew.
But I want to point out another funny scene, because of course Satoshi and Go, when they get off at the station, they ask the station master. It's like, okay, we've heard about giant Pokemon here. It's like, oh, you mean Dynamax? And then that face with Pikachu too. But it's like, oh, the red light coming out, and then the next scene they go to a fucking railroad crossing. Oh, this must be the red lights, right? No, it's not.
Dude, that made me laugh my ass so much. I love that. I love that so much in that scene, dude. That shit was great. Oh. And you know what's so funny that made that scene even better? Yeah. It was literally the place that he needed to be, because that's where Snorlax actually Dynamaxed on that moment, man. So, like, it was the red light he was looking for. It's just, like, not how he expected it to be.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, though, then the Score Bunny scene happens after that, and it's like I liked when the camera zoomed in, like the scene changed directly, and like the camera changed directly into Go's face, and you just see Mew, talk out of his mouth. Complete. I'm thinking that remember what we used to say. I think there was a statement that they said that OLM doesn't animate for one specific language. I think that's false now, because we saw this in episode 2, and now we see this in episode 5, where we have Go. You could see the completely animated movement of him saying Mew.
Mm-hmm.
So that moment was a huge moment. I mean, you just see Score Bunny just completely freaking just. If you want to, it's like you want to see your morale go from 100 to 0 in like a split second. That's what it is. And then after that, the Dynamax thing happens, and it's like, I mean, that's what happens. I mean, Score Bunny kicks a few rocks, hits Satoshi in the head, and then
causes the fruit to fall for some reason.
Yeah, the berry to fall and into its mouth, and then decides to Dynamax. But the Dynamax thing, you just see Snorlax just become humongous. I mean,
also fluffier too for some reason.
Yeah, it like grew, it basically grew floof.
Floofmeister got some competition now. It's a giant, cuddly, goddamn floofy monster. Like, holy damn, why?
Yeah, and then what happens is it gets so big on the Dynamax that it encroaches the railroad tracks. And it's like, then of course they're in a panic mode, because hey, this is a railroad crossing. When is the next train coming? And it's like, oh, then the ghost has a schedule. So they try to. So basically, you just see. Also, freaking the way that they detailed, like you have Snorlax just having a giant freaking force just growing on it. I think somebody mentioned on Twitter. It's like, they just had Snorlax just had like a giant a forest grow on top of its stomach. It's like, how the fuck is that possible?
Yeah, and it's from this. It looks like a seed also decided to Dynamax along with him too. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool right there.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I do want to add to that though, that I really loved about it, the attention to detail. I love the stupidity that Ash and Go had in this situation, where they're like, I got an idea how we can turn him back. Let's let him eat that berry again, and maybe the jump force that he'll have just trying to grab that berry will be enough to, get him out of the tracks, and also probably shrink him too. But it's the aftermath of that whole situation that made me laugh so much, where Snorlax did indeed jump, but the moment he landed down, the entire goddamn area was actually shaking like a legit earthquake happened, to where you saw
yeah.
And then the Wooloo were freaking out though. Okay, here's my question though. Okay, the shake of the Snorlax was strong enough to scare the Wooloo that were miles away from where that Snorlax was at. How the hell were the tracks still intact even though that happened?
Anime logic.
That's what I want. That's my question.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, the earthquake was so strong it managed to actually shake the Wooloos, but yet it was still like the railways must have been built strong if that thing still stayed intact.
Yeah, probably.
Also,
But I want to say also the face reactions in this one was actually justified.
oh,
Like,
dude, the face reactions in this episode were great, man. I loved it.
well, oh god. Okay, so back on the train, Scorbunny like kicks something, and then it causes the waiter to freaking drop the food, and then you see Scorbunny like, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of there! Get the fuck out of there!
Scorpion doesn't give a fuck, and I love this guy just for that reason.
Yeah, like him right now doing the whistles, that shit is great. I love it. I love how Scorbunny isn't really trying to get their attention, like just going up to them and talking with them. It's just more like he wants for them to see him instead.
Yeah, notice me.
Yes, notice me, senpai. The episode, really.
But also let's also talk about the animated thing that I also saw on Twitter a lot, and that is just the attention to detail of when Scorbunny reacts and when they first meet up with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, the lighting in that was great.
Well, not just the lighting, but the emotion. You see like the emotion and the the embarrassment and all that stuff. You see it in its face, and there's like the whole embarrassment thing and.
Also, like, Scorbunny, before that embarrassment was revealed, he was, like, blushing and just, twitching his little paws and everything. Like, that was so cute, but then when that big moment arrived where he's like, hell no, I ain't want you, Scorbunny felt so depressed and he had to walk away. But, like, everything about that scene was great.
But also, first of all, I liked the fact that they had to do something with that berry, the giant berry, to roll it down the hill to get it into Snorlax's mouth, and finally have like Scorbunny help out. I think that was a great thing. But also after the fact, and this is the other scene that people are talking about, and it's like Scorbunny's like it's like goes like, oh, you amazing, thank you so much, and then all of a sudden it's like so happy, and then it like turns away and it's like, see, later. Because it knows like it's not one. It's like later.
Yeah, he just paces like, I'm like, what?
Later.
But dude, like this episode, I really had a good kick out of it. My favorite scene in this episode had to be the wild park where you see right now where Ash and Go are just running around the area. I loved, for some reason, I don't know why this made me laugh. Ash decided to tell Go to use his camera on a Pokemon, and you see all these Galar Pokemon roaming around, like the Wooloo, for example. And then Ash tells him to scan that other Pokemon that's so common in every other region and not the new Galar Pokemon. I'm like, really? You're not going after the new Pokemon? You're going after the ones you've already seen? And also the Flygon scene, I thought that was really cute. I don't know why Flygon allowed it, though, but I was like, okay, if that's fine with you, Flygon, that's great.
Call back to movie 6.
Oh, dude, that would be a great callback. Most legendary callback of all time. There's your reference, ladies and gentlemen. You got it.
Actual good dub series. I mean, what?
Hey, listen, man. Chisaki Mono had the best remix in English, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah, that's true.
The only Japanese you'll ever get from the 4Kids days. But yeah, so like the whole wild area scene was great.
Seen as AMV material.
It might be if we get more out of it, not just from what we got in this episode. But I will say the music was nice, though. The music when they were roaming around was fan-freaking-tastic, man. Also, another thing, once again, I talked about this over at Tesla's, but I really want to bring it up here. Anybody else noticing about the way they're kind of like showing off the Galar region and being it very foggy like? Because the clouds are all grayed up. You don't even see the sun there at all whatsoever.
Well, it's supposed to be like England, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, it's a nice attention to detail. When you go to Kanto, it's just bright as day, blue skies, clouds, and whatnot. And then you go to Galar, and it's all foggy and clouded up. And I think that's a nice little detail that, I hope that when they go back to Alola, they go back to the shading style of, like, how very minimalistic to just kind of coincide with that, the lighting. Like, not the animation art style, but rather just the lighting detail. Because that's how they did it with this one, with it being more foggy. And you see the characters looking a little bit more, not super desaturated, but it shows slightly. So I'm kind of hoping for stuff like that, like little tiny details where it kind of helps represent each generation or each region a little better.
And also, let's see, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we don't really know the answer to that just yet. So we'll find out soon enough.
I also want to say that unfortunately this week's episode is also more BL fuel. So yeah, the obviously the Photoshop edit that KG posted at the beginning of this is real, but the thing is though it's mirrored. So this actually happened on like the ground and stuff.
Yeah, but when Snorlax grew.
Yes, but also it's the fact of you just see them together like an embracement and other things like that. So it's more fuel for the BL stuff. So like I said, if C97, which happens in about a week and a half, like 2 weeks from now, if they don't take advantage of that and then release like a BL Dojin or whatever the hell it is, then it'll be very. I mean, I don't give a fuck about
opportunity.
Yeah, again, people talk about missed opportunities, like a Competent Dove series in 2020. But the other thing is there are going to be people, there are going to be like Dojin circles that are going to be doing that. It's like it's trying to do that shit. But whatever. If it comes, it goes. But whatever. I mean, hey, people are very creative nowadays, anyway. 3D camera for Kalos.
Damn.
Well, I mean, we're getting the CG stuff, so maybe. But
yeah, I think the trains was CG, wasn't it?
But yeah, for the most part, I think for this episode it wasn't. But
I think it had to be because they had to train a lot and they had to animate all that. That would be insane.
Yeah, they did.
Damn, man, they really put a lot of detail into it. Then.
Right, and also, you notice the Dynamax was actually drawn. It wasn't CG.
That was a concern I had because I was thinking that because of Dynamaxing, it would be CG given the size of them, and you would kind of want to try to show off all the details. But I really loved it because, as we mentioned before, they animated the whole sequence as to how the giant forest even grew on Snorlax's belly. From the little seed, that thing Dynamaxed along with Snorlax. And I'm like, that is crazy. That is such high level of detail that was not needed, but we got it, and it was so cool to see, man. Seeing how that... also, can we just take a second to talk about how Snorlax turned back into Snorlax? That shit was hilarious. It's like... that shit was
instant. There you go.
It was just so instant. I just loved it, like... I'm like, what the hell? Okay.
Well, not to make a pun or anything, but I guess you could say they spent most of the budget for this episode on just Dynamaxing Gigantamaxing the Snorlax.
Yeah, they didn't think about how to revert it back and just like.
There you go.
Like in those cartoons back in the day when a character would be like in the background, then just suddenly teleport into the front.
So also Snorlax eating Skull Bunny. And then it comes out and it's like all freaking wet and the freaking saliva and shit.
Yeah, and Scorbunny was just so depressed because he's like, oh shit.
It's like I almost got digested by this big motherfucker, and now you just
who was shrinking too.
Yeah, that was his appetizer. Shit.
Yeah, man, that was great. It's kind of weird now thinking about it. Despite us talking about this episode, there really isn't much more to really go into it. I will say, I think this episode did a good job in setting things up for what can come from next week's episode, because one detail now that I'm seeing it, I loved how Go didn't really know how to catch, Because I think it was what happened was go through the Pokeball. That Pokeball curved, like it did a big ass curve, and it was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then that comes to our point where you hear Hayashi's music, it just stops.
And then comes
Stops
back
dead
up.
in his tracks, and then Scorbunny kicks the ball up, and then the song, then another song starts.
Yeah. It really is, like, I think he's doing such a great job with really making the tracks feel a part of this series, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's designed
rather than
for
slapped
this.
in, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, like, I think next week's episode, one of the cool things I'm really hoping to see for next week's episode is the return of something that he hasn't done since AG, and that's being a mentor. Because, as you know, next week's episode, Go is going to attempt to catch a wide variety of Pokemon. In fact, I think one of the main ones that he's going to try to capture is a Scyther, which is, I think, the first time since Tracy had one.
You know, if it wasn't for episode 7 summary spoiling that would have been...
Dude, that would have been highlight right there, dude. But still, though, nonetheless, it's still going to be great to see him actually go up against a Scyther. I'm still looking forward to that. And, like, already, like, Go's team is looking pretty solid. Like, Scorbunny,
I'm gonna
Scyther?
give a prediction for next episode.
What's
but
happening?
continue. Well, I brought this up before, but it goes back to the issue of what the fuck is oh wow, this thing got caught. What the fuck is gonna be Ash's team? Because in episode 7 they go to that tournament in the Hoenn region for like the Battle Frontier.
It's gonna be old Pokemon.
But I forgot what type of cup it was. It's like iron something cup. I don't know. But anyways,
I'll go look into it while you're talking about it.
Right. Basically, I think we should have a good idea by episode 6 if they really want to give us an idea.
What are they going to Safari Zone?
No, they're just capturing Pokemon in just the Hoenn region. I mean, Kanto. Sorry, Kanto.
Kanto, it's Kanto.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it looks like it looks like Viridian Forest.
Here we go. It says here he's now taking an interest in getting Pokemon, so he heads to Kuchiba Forest with Satoshi and the others.
Yes,
even more. So he says here, despite some initial difficulties, he starts by getting a Caterpie. Then continues getting one bug Pokemon after. So Go's first capture is going to be a replica of what?
There's a forest in Vermilion.
Yeah,
so that's different.
So he's gonna kind of replicate a little bit of what Ash did, where his first capture outside of Scorbunny is a Caterpie. I wonder if they're going to try to replicate the sequence like how it was in the original Pocket Monsters anime. You know, the showdown.
Let's see.
You know what I mean? The stare down between both.
Well, the Metapod appears, so we know that some shit's gonna happen.
You think it's gonna evolve into a Metapod in that episode?
I don't know, but we do see a Metapod in there just dropping on Satoshi like fucking like it's hot or whatever.
Now, the reason why I say this is because the reason why I'm hoping to see like a replica animated sequence of the stare down between Ash and Caterpie, now done by Go and Caterpie, is because the animation director, and yeah, he's finally back, ladies and gentlemen, Masaki Iwane is actually going to be the animation director for next week's episode. Yeah, people were very concerned about where Iwane was at because nobody heard really anything about him. So he's going to be the animation director for next week's episode, and I believe he was responsible for the iconic capture sequence in the original Pocket Monsters anime. So if he can replicate it again, but with Go, I think that would be a nice little nod. I mean, he technically did a replica of the ending he did many years back with Type Wild and did it for Sun and Moon. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope for that. But anyway, is there anything else you guys want to add to the discussion for next week's episode?
So do you think he just captures Pokemon from the forest, or do you think he'll do what we all think he should do and just like call his old Pokemon to make like a random team for the tournament?
I think it's gonna be the latter.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read you the summary for that one, Richie.
I really hope so, but I'm not gonna get my hopes too high, so I'm gonna get disappointed that easily.
All right, so here we go. It says here for the summary for episode 7 of Pocket Monsters, which is going to be on December 29th. Satoshi and Go have registered for the Battle Frontier Glass Noisemaker Cup, which, by the way, I believe the Glass Noisemaker is a reference to an item that you can get from that one area where you collect Ash to create those, like, flute items. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, it's a battle tournament held in the Hoenn region. This is Go's first ever Pokemon battle, and his opponent is Hoji from Fuin Town. Hoji sends out a Greina. I don't know what that is.
I don't even know who Hoji is.
Greina is Mightyena. Greina is Mightyena.
Oh, okay. That's awkward. That's
Greina.
All right.
Who's
so
Hoji, by the way?
just some
different-
character of the day.
New character.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
So Go challenges him with his Strike, who has a type advantage here. Meanwhile, Satoshi is rapidly advancing through the tournament, winning battle after battle. And believe it or not, when he makes it to the match that truly matters, he sends out, and that's where it is. So we know that means Ash is going to be released or be, summoning Pokemon outside of Pikachu for this tournament. And it implies that there are multiple
we
Pokemon.
ain't gonna get Suba. I wish Suba. Come on.
Dude, if
Oh,
they
God.
No. If it's Suba, I will like jump up and down for about 10 minutes.
Can we please make sure that they reuse the voice clips though to pay respect?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got to pay respect. Got to reuse the voice clip.
Yeah, I mean there's enough anyway.
I mean, there's another guy that could do it.
Yeah, I just feel just because if he's gonna come back, it's a great way to kind of come back with the original VA's voice clips. I think that'll be a nice homage there.
I mean,
because nobody else can do Suba like the Suba man
Suba.
himself. Yeah, so, if we're going to Hoenn, it only makes sense to kind of pay homage to Hoenn Pokemon. Have Corphish, maybe Suba, Sceptile, to name a few. But please make sure it's not Torkoal. Maybe that's the Pokemon he's gonna summon at the very end that he says he sends out.
Well, at least
Suba
that voice
again?
actor, at least that voice is alive.
Yeah, so somebody says, who's Suba again?
Subame. Subame. Swallow.
Yeah, except he doesn't actually say Subame. He says Suba.
Suba.
And it's some of the greatest things, man. Seriously though.
Yeah, I gotta post it. You know what? That's it. I gotta go in. I gotta go back and I gotta post more audio, video clips.
Dude, my favorite one still has to be the one that you posted a while back of when Corphish and Swallow were working together in the Battle Frontier fight, and the Battle Frontier theme song played in the background. That shit was hype to the extreme. I love that episode. It is one of the more underrated fights in the entire series, man, in my opinion.
Yes.
But yeah, so I would love to see that. Maybe bring more references to other characters in Pokemon that Ash has. I mean, why would they not take the opportunity to do this? And I know we're gonna have the Ho episode soon as well. It only just makes sense to start with Ash's journey, bringing all these references, because it looks like these next couple of episodes after Go's whole bug capture scenario, Ash is going to be going through his own journey right now in his set of episodes. Battle Frontier, Ho-Oh, and some other ones later down the road. Let me see if there are any others here that I probably missed out on, so hold on just a second. The pledge we made that day, the whole Legend of the Johto region. They also have the Pochima episode, which is a nice flowy race in the Sinnoh region. I'm assuming that's also going to be a reference to Don's Piplup and Brock's Krogan, if they do something of that sort. We don't know, but yeah, Ash is going to probably be the one to point him out anyway. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to these next few episodes. I think what they did right now was a great job at really opening up our eyes into who Go is and what Go is capable of achieving in this series. And we know we have one final episode left with him anyway before we move into Ash's storyline. And it's going to focus on Go achieving a new goal this time around, which is capturing Pokemon. I really do like how this episode set that up. It really does make everything feel connected, because when Go caught Scorbunny and saw that the Pokedex updated, he actually was in a shock.
Yeah,
of excitement,
that was great. Yeah, I was like, oh.
Like, oh my god, it updated. Now I want to do more of this, and that's what leads him into the next episode where he's gonna actually achieve.
He kind of reacted like Mr. Bean.
Dude.
I just thought about that. I was like, oh, it's like Mr. Bean.
Pretty much.
But yeah, man. Go as Mr. Bean confirmed. Mr. Bum must like one day we'll see that.
Mr. Bean.
Now, anything else you guys want to add about this episode, or shall we go and talk a little bit more about next week's episode preview?
Nope, not really.
All right. Now we know Go is going to capture more Pokemon outside of Scyther. I mean, they literally point out the Caterpie. But what next? What is going to be after that? You know, what do we expect outside of that? Like, is there going to be other captures? And if so, is there going to be a part of the team?
That's a good call.
You know, because we know we have the poster, if you remember, the poster for episode 6, and it had like Go with all these various bug type Pokemon from Venonat, Venomoth, Scyther, Caterpie, all that. Do you think Go is going to be using all of them?
He'll probably will in some capacity.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm not really certain, man. It's gonna be an interesting episode
honestly,
for sure.
Honestly, no offense to Go, but I care more about what the fuck Ash's team is going to be than what his is going to be. Like, it's just a mystery of who Ash will use. That I think that's a better thing to kind of theorize compared to Go, because it's kind of his goal, his gimmicky ass goal, kind of makes it obvious. So, but that's my opinion, though. Damn, TSS is probably thinking this hard if he has none.
I really have nothing to say right now.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like I said, it's. I'm actually looking for Sabah.
Oh my God, swallow!
I know, but anyway, continue on. I'm like lost right now.
I mean, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I mainly care about what Ash's team is good because I feel like again, it's better to theorize because Go's kind of gimmicky. We already know what's gonna happen.
Go. We know that he's gonna get a team based off of what's gonna happen in Vermilion Forest.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, though, I don't think Satoshi's gonna keep anything that he catches. If he does, I don't think he's gonna because, well, as you know, I don't IVs and EVs don't count, really in the anime stuff. But I would think since he has Pokemon already, it makes sense to just have him just use those to fight in Battle Frontier. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to develop Pokemon in like one episode? You just can't. Like,
I mean, they could. I mean,
but listen to this. It's like, well, as the summary said, it's like quickly advancing through. You're not going to quickly advance through a tournament if you have freshly catch Pokemon. That ain't gonna fucking happen. Not in this fucking lifetime.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's good because I basically had like a Sabah moment. But,
That's great.
But basically, what I was saying was, Satoshi's probably not going to catch. I mean, he's probably going to catch some Pokemon, but he's not going to use it for the team. Because, like I said a couple of seconds ago, as the summary says, there's no fucking way you're gonna get all those freshly catch Pokemon to go into a tournament and breeze through a tournament. It doesn't fucking happen like that. There's no way in hell, not in this lifetime.
KG, were you here for what I said, or were you gone? Oh, and there he goes again.
Here we go.
Here we go again. Yeah. That dog must be.
All right,
that dog must be.
The doggies. Yeah, doggy wanted to get
I
out.
was gonna say it was the doggies, but no. Did you hear what I said before you left?
No, what happened there, buddy?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you TLDR. Basically, in the shortest way I can say it, I pretty much said that I think I'm more concerned about what Ash's team is going to be compared to Go's, because again, Go's goal is kind of gimmicky, and it kind of already lays out that he's going to try and catch everything. So I think the focus should honestly just be on Ash and what he could do. Either bring up his old Pokemon and make a team, which I think we all can agree that that's what he should do. Or he's gonna, or they're gonna have him catch your Pokemon from the forest and then give like friendship drugs and be like a compatible partner by episode 7. Though I think me and TSS both agreed that's not really how you handle that.
No.
And also considering what the way that the summary worded it, it just doesn't. Well, he said it didn't make any sense, and I agree with him. It just doesn't. Rushed friendships are never a good thing. And I can tell you that for sure.
No, what I want to know is for Ash's Pokemon that he's going to send out, what Pokemon that he has in the lab right now would be the one that will be sent out, and the one that Ash does not want to see get sent out? There's like the battle he needs it most. He sends out like, what kind of Pokemon fits that category of? Oh, come on!
Well,
I didn't want this Pokemon.
Hoenn, you want to like showcase the Pokemon. I mean, has to be his team. From Hoenn. I mean, come on.
So Glaze?
No, Glalie badass. If anything, Torkoal then. Torkoal's
I'm not applying Glaze bad. I'm just saying that probably just stays till later is what I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
Glalie,
I'm not saying he's bad.
I think Glalie has more coverage. Torkoal, on the other hand, is just there. It's a turtle. Like, Torkoal, I don't feel like it does much, man. That's my opinion anyway. I feel personally, I feel like Torkoal, out of all the Pokemon... Yeah, it's Unfezant. You're right. I'm sorry, Galar Adventure. It's actually Unfezant. It's going to be that Pokemon that's going to come out. It's going to ruin Ash's career right there in the Battle Frontier. There you go.
But no, if we're gonna say his Pokemon, well, the last one, then I think Glalie or Sceptile would be a good choice.
We'll find out soon enough. It's literally just 2 weeks from now. I'm kind of glad we don't have a New Year's break or anything at the time being. So we don't have to wait that long.
Don't we get one after...
Yeah, after the New Year, I think it is.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but like for now, though, we're still actually pretty good. So I think right now would probably be the perfect opportunity, if you guys don't mind, to kind of go and wrap things up for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's a little early this time around, but
really, there's nothing. I mean, realistically, this episode just played itself out.
Yeah, it's like it's not.
It's not. You don't have a lot of avenues of what happened. You know, what other variations. I mean, the episode was straightforward.
Exactly, and because of
get in a train, you get off the train, you get fucking greeted by Wooloos, you get fucking owned by a Snorlax, and then you go home.
Exactly, but despite being, and just to let people know, despite being a very basic episode, it still did a great job in doing what it wanted to do, and that was giving us a true introduction to development for Scorbunny as a Pokemon, and just seeing all these characters highlighted in fun, unique ways in the Galar region. So that was still pretty great to see.
Actually, the basicness kind of reminds me of like an AG episode, really.
To be honest, I felt the same way too, which is why I'm saying, like, the next episode, I got AG vibes from it because Ash is mentoring Go in how to capture Pokemon and how to fight, because, you know, he's not very familiar with it. He's read the books, but he's never actually done the action himself. So it's similar to like how Ash and May was in their chemistry in the AG series at the beginning. If we can get a like something similar to that, dude, that would be great. And once again, shows off the differences between Ash, who has traveled to various regions, and Go, who's, you know, just somebody who's read the books and just thinks he knows everything, but once he has himself put into the action, that's where he starts to fail, you know. So I think it's going to work really well, and I'm looking forward to that element in the next episode, you know. So for now, these past 5 episodes, though, they have been an absolute blast. I've been really enjoying the basic simplicity of what this series has offered so far. And that's saying with, like, the Lugia that happened in episode 2 and the Mew encounter in episode 1. It's kind of crazy how many legendaries are appearing at, like, the first 10 episodes of this series, man. We got Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh's coming up. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, we'll see where the adventure unfolds later down the road. I guess now, yeah, like I mentioned before, we'll probably wrap things up for tonight. I want to thank everybody so much for being with us here. We had an absolute blast chatting with all of you folks. I hope you guys had fun with our discussions. Look forward to it again next week, where we're going to continue on our adventures in the PokéPod series with session number 6, talking about the next episode of Pocket Monsters and anything else that tends to go down within the
M22 Blu-ray review next week.
Yeah, if I get the chance to watch the movie before next week podcast session, then expect a full-on review for that one, because I really, really want to see it. I know it's going to be subless. Yeah, but
TS is about to be the guy to do.
Yeah, he'll be probably
$1 just to do that.
And then, of course, you know, I know we didn't really talk about it because it was something that happened just not too long ago, but I'm honestly waiting for a trailer.
Last year's was better.
There, you know, no trailer has dropped for it, but you guys remember that Pokemon anime announcement they did earlier this week?
Yes.
Oh, that. I thought you were talking about the VGA.
No, hell no.
No, hell no.
That's how good the VGA was, man, that we didn't talk about it.
Garbage.
Somebody should run over freaking Kojima's freaking translator. That was the most,
you got mad at that one.
This man was heated.
Yeah, he did not love that one bit. No, but I was gonna say that anime
the 7 episode thing based off of Galar, and that looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for either a trailer or something to come out to really go more into it, because just a screenshot I feel isn't enough to me personally. I really
Yeah.
want to get more details
trailer,
about Twilight Wings. I think there's a lot of potential, and maybe they might correlate it with Pocket Monsters 2019. Maybe not.
Yeah.
We don't know, but let's hopefully see more information about it later in the week, and maybe from there we'll go and discuss it. If not, then we'll probably go a little bit more into it in next week's session. Maybe by next week we'll probably get the next information about the next Pokemon movie film for movie 23, the teaser trailer. Who knows? Maybe after I decide to close down this session right now for the day, suddenly tomorrow they announce that there's going to be a trailer of some sort the next week, and we're going to be mad about it. So anything can happen, man. But it is usually tend to drop in December, a trailer or an announcement of some sort for the next upcoming film.
Yeah.
We know it exists. I believe they already had the information released actually on a website where they confirmed that Pokemon 23 is coming out on July 10th, I think it was, something like that.
July 10th, yes.
Yeah, so that means they're really approaching the release date, or they're approaching the film's announcement really, really soon. So yeah, so look forward to all that, deets. Once again, make sure to follow these guys here who have been with me in the description down below. Make sure to check that out. What is that, Donnie? Just out of curiosity. Don't tell me that's the first episode. Oh no, there we go. I thought it was actually the first episode of Twilight Wings that just released right now. Yeah, look forward to
If it was me translating Kojima's Game Awards.
I'm gonna watch that later. I need to see that on my own time.
I watch that shit. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, so follow these guys' Twitter, links down below. Make sure to follow them there. My name is KG Prestige. Thank you guys so much once again for being with us here tonight. If you haven't yet, make sure to follow us here on Twitch. Make sure to use your sub points if you want to subscribe to us. And also tune in tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for our weekly Pokemon Sword and Shield playthrough. So look forward to that. I want to thank Ty as well for not so long ago donating us some bitty bits as well. Didn't get a chance to say thank you for that, so thank you for that, Ty. Appreciate it. And anything else I'm missing? No, I think we're good. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us here tonight. I hope you guys take care, and as always, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Get a better translator.